Power of sale listings are rising in Ottawa, but they still make up less than 1% of monthly new listings. The number is small, but it's climbing. So let's break down what's happening, where these homes are, and whether buying one might make sense for you. I'm Dean Marjanovic in Ottawa. I'm a realtor, and I've dealt with tons of power of sale properties this year, and mostly on the buyer side, but we have also encountered it on the selling side. All right, so now we are in the matrix. So this is going to show us how we find property. So one thing I'm just going to do, the biggest, for the first step to do on any of these listings is to go to the seller name. What we're going to do is we're going to filter it through by putting a star, and then we're going to put power of sale. Let's just see what comes up with that. So you can see here 138 matches. Now this is going to be all over Ontario because I haven't filtered through which we're on the map. But if I pull up the map, basically it gives me access to every single power of sale property on the market. So you can see there's a huge cluster all over Toronto. Ottawa, what do we have in Ottawa? In Ottawa, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if we count Renfrew. Yeah, there's actually not as many, but that just shows the stability of what's going on in Ottawa, right? But we're going to filter a little bit more. But just as a general outlook, like look what's happening in Toronto. Like these properties range anywhere from, so let's go here. So we're looking at properties, okay, listed at $1. Why are they listed at $1? They're holding offers most likely. So yeah, offers accepted October 28th. So basically this one, Instacred Inc. under power of sale. What does this look like? It's listed for $1. It's right on Dufferin Street. So this is probably going to go for a huge amount. But they're motivated to sell. So that's why they listed it as $1 so that everybody can see it as the cheapest listing ever. And this is a multi-unit, so who knows what happened there, but that's basically what we're going to see. And then we're going to filter, like, so we have everything from $1 going up, so anywhere between, $1, 100,000, 200,000, and then if we go here, there's even $50 million properties, 6, 7, 5, right? So what is a $10 million or $15 million property? That's a as chargee exercising power of sale. So this is just the land sale that they obviously can't afford anymore. Power of sale per seller. Showing okay, so that, what is this? What's a $7 million property? So that's in Toronto, Oakwood Village, 100 days on the market. Mortgage Fund Limited power sale. This is still under construction. Yeah, so obviously a developer that couldn't afford to keep it. What is this? This is a home that's actually livable. So ARMC Holdings Limited power of sale. Pardon me. I believe HomeWise is a pretty big. Yeah, I think they're a pretty big power of sale real estate brokerage. Like they focus on powers of sale. But this is like, look at this. Like this is somebody that's super motivated. It's basically a mansion that they're selling, right, in Toronto. Where are we here? Bayview. Another development property, Queen Street East, Toronto. Yeah, like this one was obviously a reno job that went sideways. Probably couldn't afford to hold on to it. Yeah. So there's lots of movement there, right? So are these properties the right ones for you? Like, look at this. This is a stunning property. 3.6 million, 7 days on the market. RCMF mortgage investments under power of sale. Yeah. So like these are all properties. Now let's focus on Ottawa. Let's go here. What's happening in Ottawa? So if I just circle these areas. So we got 4 powers of sale. I'm not including condos in this. So I'll go to condos shortly. But basically, what do we have in Ottawa? We have, okay, we got a bunch here. So we got anywhere from 539. So if you want to if you're looking for something that's a deal, so Prudential Property Management Inc. under power of sale. So these guys are being forced to sell. They've been on the market 21 days. Needs work. Obviously, is it tenants? Yeah, it's tenants in there. It's 539. These are all properties that if you're looking for a deal, this is somewhere where you got to be putting in some aggressive offers. Obviously, the thing with power of sale properties is that they don't show well. Usually, they're either vacant and a bunch of stuff's been ripped out. Typically, the sellers or the previous owner of the property, when they were doing the move, they probably took their appliances with them. So keep that in mind. A lot of power of sales do not have um, appliances. What is this? This is Blair Rose, trustee of under power of sale. Yeah, so this needs work, right? They virtually staged some photos, but yeah, like just like I said, right? No no appliances, like fully ripped out, like even whatever was stuck on the wall. But like, is this backsplash that used to be here or something? I don't know. Yeah, so just looking through that's 549, 539, 845. So what's this? So this is a home trust company under power of sale. Um, what do we got here? So this is in Orleans, 845, 2121 Valen Street. Actually looks like a decent house on the exterior. Very nice interior. Wow. So this home is show ready, obviously. Like, look at this stunning wall feature when you walk in. Very interesting home. Missing light fixtures. Yeah, so it's really like you'll find all sorts of stuff. You don't know who's in trouble, but again, as I mentioned, no appliances, ripped out the dishwasher, like all the stuff is gone. It's crazy. Like, look at that. So this is one thing you got to keep in mind is make sure you're walking through these property if you're interested in powers of sale. So that was 845. Obviously, tons of motivation there, right? Like these guys have been on the market 28 days. Let's see the history. They started at 869. Uh, so it took a month for them to drop to 845, and I'm assuming the next drop is also going to be a pretty big one. Right away, it already seems like something decent, but it's a decent deal. Like depending on how it actually looks and how it was cared for in person, like this could be a pretty good deal for somebody. Like look at that. Double sided fireplace in the master bedroom. Like this is insane. Look at that. Like jacuzzi shower. Like this is unbelievable. So, anyways, you will see a lot of different things on the market when it comes to power sale. Obviously, rundown property. It's a triplex. A12 Capital Corp under power sale. Everything's as is. You will see a lot of as is properties. Pretty much, if it's under power sale, you can assume that it's going to be as is. So keep that in mind. They won't be warranting a lot of the stuff. So you got to make sure you do your inspections properly. You have a good inspector. You have somebody that knows what they're doing when they're looking at these types of property. Like look at this. So this is in Barrhaven, 84 days on market, home trust company under power of sale. Yeah. So what do we got here? Yeah, like another stunner. Honestly, might be slightly overpriced at $1,075,000. It seems like it. I haven't looked at the market, but based on that and based on what I'm seeing, it seems slightly. But just go through it. I mean, beautiful kitchen. Yeah. Wow. Walk-in closet, like full-on wardrobe. That is insane. Yeah, these are some big, big properties. So there is potential here. There is like, look at this backyard. Um, so if you're looking for something there's a lot of different things that we just covered. Two homes that are fixer uppers that are townhomes. We looked at two massive single detached properties, and then we could took a look at a bunch of multi units that need a bunch of work. But again, opportunities out there. Now we're going to go through something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do bank, right? So bank, there's no matches. Okay, so let's say RBC. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the map just so I know I'm doing it properly. So RBC, no matches. TD, Canada, Toronto Dominion, RBC again, just to make sure. I'm going to do LTD. Yeah, there we go. LTD is the one that shows more, and here it is. Did we see these already? No. So these are like company properties. So let's go into. This could mean a few things. So this does need a little bit of refinement. But let's go through a couple of them and just see what we're missing. So the Barrage Development. So this is a new build. Ontario Limited, Anco Homes, A&B Bulat, A&B Bulat, Neil Corp, Glenview. So these are all new builds. Oh, John Corvinelli Investments Ltd. Sellers reside. Sorry, to sell the property in terms of the listing agreement. Home is to be built, so that's a new build. Extend Financial. Here it is. This is a bank sale, so not much to go off of, but 9-bedroom home, 3 bathrooms. Home is power of sale. All offers must contain such and such. Property is being sold as is. No representations, assurances, warranties, guarantees whatsoever. So, yeah, this one's probably going to be rough, right? One thing your realtor can do for you on any of these properties, you see this big G that we have here. So this is called Geo Warehouse. As soon as I click that, I can go into the property info and I can see what they paid for it. So they're into it for 1.1 million, 899. How much further are they going to drop? That is the question. So if you're on the hunt for, um, like, again, what does that information do? Does it matter right now? No, it really doesn't matter, but it gives you insight as to what it was once worth and what somebody paid for it, and this, you can see the level of motivation, right? What else we got here? We got ESAB Holdings. I don't think this is one. Let's just see here. This is probably a new build. Yeah, it's just a lot itself. 1881 Investments Limited. Is this just a lot? Yeah. Corvinelli, Madame Able Goodwill Management. It's probably a property management company. Let's just see through some pictures. Yeah, it's a flip. So this one's a flip property. Again, these flip properties, sometimes they do have motivation. One thing with flip properties, you want to make sure you're doing an inspection as well, because you want to make sure everything's guaranteed. Like just on warranties and stuff like that. But like, look at this. I can see from here that the parging needs work. That means the soil has been lowered. It's obviously compacted over the years, and just in general, it needs repair and TLC. So did they flip the insides just to make a quick buck and ignore the rest? Probably. So if you're looking at that, it is tenanted. Madame Extend Financial. Here we go. Another one. 3823 Duran Road. Power of sale. There we go. So it does take a little bit more time, a little bit more sifting through, but I mean, here's an opportunity. This is a property for $699, 69 days on market in Clarence, Rockland. Obviously needs some work, needs some TLC. Still got the appliances, which is interesting. I'm surprised they didn't stake those and sell them off. Yeah, decent property, probably overpriced. Again, I'm not even looking at market comparables or anything like that. I'm just looking at it, and the fact that it's 69 days on market, I'm assuming it's overpriced. It's vacant, 2,900 square feet above ground. Extend Financial. These are all clear signs. Madame Glenview, Corvinelli, Briand Construction. That's all we got. Now, I'm going to do one more thing just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I did power of sale, financial, one, First National Financial. So that's a bank sale. They haven't, yeah. So First National is a big bank. Actually, a pretty good condition home. It's on the market 34 days. There's somebody motivated to sell this property. They started off this year. They somebody bought it way back in, who knows, right? What is this? 2019 for 440. Overpaid for it in 2019. Well, not overpaid, but probably a good decent price back then. Um, Listed for 689 as a new listing. Let's just see if they. Yeah, no. So it's been First National the whole time. So they listed at 689. Obviously, not too high for a semi-detached, but they're down to 649. Would they take 620, 630? Who knows? But the opportunity is there, right? You're looking for a semi-detached property, like pretty big yard? What is this? This is 164-foot depth, and we're in Blossom Park, Airport Park. Yeah, so Finley Creek area. Yeah, it's a pretty decent opportunity. So um, let's go back again. So what did I do here? I did financial, I believe. Let's see how many financials. 14 financials. What if I did power of sale? Yeah, so I can basically filter them all like this. Star, TD. So if I just do TD, 289, properties. I just want to make sure. This is obviously going to put in some of the LTDs and stuff like that. But what if I did this? What if I did trust? Trust, there's 32 all over Canada. Albert Dove, Reichman, Kathleen A. Nord, Recoverable Trust. This is probably not a bank sale, but family trust, trustee. So that's the one we should be looking for, actually. We should be looking for trustee. 43. There we go. So what do we have for trustee in Ottawa? Do we have anything? We have one in Clarence. Yeah, estate of Jean-Guy Prévost in the office of the public guardian and trustee. Home is being sold as is, where is. So yeah, there you go. Power of sale, trustee, whatever you want to call it. It's a motivated seller. Pretty good home condition. History on it: 739 started in September. A month later, they dropped to 699, and they haven't sold yet. So these are all properties that are motivated, right? Like, you can't tell me that somebody that can't pay their mortgage and has already missed payments doesn't need to sell. They need to sell. So basically, if the right home shows up under power of sale, it can be a solid opportunity. Just make sure you work with a realtor who knows how these deals work and understands the timelines and risks involved. So I've done a few. Just this year, I did a couple of power of sales, and it's like you're not dealing with a person. There's no emotion. You're dealing with a bank. They're looking for a number, and it's very tight timeline. So like typically, like let's say you find a home that you like or you love, right, and you want to make an offer. Well, you're going to put in an offer whenever you feel like it, or when the time is right. When you feel right to make that offer, you're going to do it. Whether it's tonight after the viewing, whether it's the next morning, whether it's in the afternoon. Most of these will be irrevocable business hours. So basically, like every offer you put in, you need to put, let's say 24 hours irrevocable. What the banks are going to do, they're going to say, we review offers from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You can put an offer in with 3 hours irrevocable. We're just not going to get it. Like, nobody's at the bank. Nobody can see it. Nobody can review it. The right person can't approve it, even if it's the best offer ever. Nobody's there. So you got to make sure you work with their timelines a little bit. That is a bit of annoying part of it, but it's just the way it is. It's a bank person working it, and it's not a regular seller. So keep that in mind. Inspection is going to be a huge part on this, and then also expect a lot of the stuff that's in the standard agreement of purchase and sale is not going to be, a lot of stuff is going to be crossed out, right? So things that the bank doesn't know, because they don't know anything about the seller, they don't know anything about the person that owned it previously. All they know is the loan amount, the property address, and a few little things in between. They don't know anything else. So for them to say, hey, like HST isn't going to be included in, they're actually going to typically they actually cross out the HST portion of the agreement of purchase and sale. So you do typically need a lawyer review clause in your conditional offer. The good thing about banks is they're not actually scared off by conditions, because they know the typical buyer dealing with a bank is going to need some conditions to be met before they can proceed, right? So home inspection, make sure you're financing it properly, finance it, because if you don't have appliances, that might not be a habitable home. So make sure you're factored in with your appliances if they don't include it in the listing. And then make sure that you have a lawyer review the bill of sale, because I'm telling you 100% there's going to be at least 2 or 3 things that are going to be crossed out from the standard purchase agreement of purchase and sale. And then if your agent's a good agent, obviously they're going to cross it. They're going to put in a bunch of clauses where the seller is guaranteed and to take care of certain things, and keep an eye out for that, because they will be crossing out a lot of conditions. So on properties that are power sale, bank sales, motivated sellers, whatever, the price is one thing, but make sure you're watching your clauses, conditions, and all those sections there, because that is going to be super important, and you don't want to get stuck holding the bag on some of these. And that's the one thing I want to really make sure everybody looks out for. If you'd like to see the current list of Ottawa power sale properties or set guidance on how to approach one, reach out. I'm happy to help you navigate the process, because I've done these quite a bit of times. I do a bunch of them per year, and I have a bunch of sellers as well that are kind of in those situations, unfortunately. And I do help them kind of bridge the gap of what to do before they go to that crappy part of real estate where you have to foreclose. So let me know whether it's buying or selling one of these properties. Just give us a shout if you have questions on them, because we've often guided people, whether it's before or after the transaction. There is quite a bit of nuance there, so you want to make sure that you're understanding about everything. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So if you guys want a list or want a detailed breakdown, like kind of like what we did today, let me know. I'm going to go through it and send it off to you guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you do like this content, feel free to subscribe. I'm not telling you to subscribe, but if you do like it, it does help my channel grow a little bit. Show the rest of the people that are looking in the Ottawa market of what we do differently than other agents. And I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys. Any comments? Feel free to drop them below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.